line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The former Charger All-Pro Eric Weddle on the stop. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Mayfield now on 2nd down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So we've come up. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Flacco here on 2nd down. Flush to his right. It's complete. Abdullah. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They run with Collins. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Flacco now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on 1st down. Operating out of the gun. Flacco going deep for Hopkins. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
On 2nd down, Collins, and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
3rd down, Flacco from the gun. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a 1st down. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Second down, Flacco now. Forced out to his left. And he'll be out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Alex Alex Collins, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. And certainly some credit there for that touchdown goes to the offensive line.
They never get the credit they deserve in the stat sheet, but they are the reason that they got the points. Excellent job up front, clearing the way for the score.
This one fielded at the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And the Ravens taking the field. Now Flacco and the Raven offense come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. The drive starts with a run by Collins. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Let's go, hurry up.
On 2nd down, Flacco to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
Red, ready. Four down.
Now Flacco. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Travis Carey. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Here's Collins. And down inside the 15 he goes. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. A 2nd down run for Abdullah. A good display of footwork. It gets him just inside the 5 to the 4. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Looking for 2 yards here on 3rd down. Flacco. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Joe Flacco. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Heading out as a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. A first throw here for the backup, Taylor. And this one is incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. He's going to field this at the 4. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the way.
No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now Flacco. Going deep for Hopkins. And that's caught inside the 30. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now Collins. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Bootleg, Flacco. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Michael Crabtree, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Ravens continue to pour it on. The point after through the raindrops, up and good, and that will extend this big lead. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Handoff comes to Chubb. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. A give. This is Chubb. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Being chased out left. He's got his tight end in Njoku. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Slow.
They run. Chubb. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'll be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
Now Chubb, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Slow.
Now Taylor. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Trying to get it to Landry there. They get the pick. Now what can Flacco do on 1st down? And they've got the football, and they're already knocking on the door inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. Well, they were obviously backed up. Had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still trying to throw it. And
yeah, exactly. This where hindsight is 20/20.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gonzalez good on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you run every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Ravens add on. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Browns getting set to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, that one was over before it could get rolling. How about the D just knifing into the backfield and shutting that one down?
They run it again with Chubb. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down. Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And we'll see what he can do on the return. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now here come the Ravens. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
Now it's Flacco. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A big play there. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Whoa, Flacco's going to throw. Fighting to stay upright. Steps away to his left. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, that wasn't a completion, but it wasn't a sack either. So the good takeaway, able to extend the life of the play. Normally you would think he'd just take off and run downfield, but he was trying to find an open receiver.
And he loses the football a 2nd time. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And again, it's Chubb. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. The Browns on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Taylor. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Here's Britton Colquitt now. He's been terrific so far. And he's able to get it out of there. And taken at the 46. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. They are in the 4th and Buffalo. The Bills, they are just continuing to pour it on. With Sean McCoy, a touchdown run to help lead the way. They'll run the counter with Collins. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. How about this? Flacco setting to throw it.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid him, picking up a first down.
A very solid gain of 27. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Setting up to throw, Flacco. A big seam, and he might go all the way. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they didn't get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game, but these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Ravens, the win means they'll finish in double digits at 10-6. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for the Browns, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And the playoffs will run through their house as they'll get the week off and get set to host a divisional round game in 2 weeks' time.
Seen the best of them,